Hey, are you looking for that golf cart friendly community in Eastern Washington with low crime that's super clean? Well, look no further. Today, Scott and I are going to check out Liberty Lake. That was going to be faster than I thought. Hey, if this is your first time on the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button, tap the notifications bell so you can stay up to date on all of our latest content. Our team, our real estate team, gets calls, texts, and emails every single day from people just like you trying to learn more about North Idaho or Eastern Washington. So if you're looking to move right now or 12 months from now, give our real estate team a call, text, or email. We would love to help you make that smooth move right here in Eastern Washington. All right. A couple things I found out about Liberty Lake in my research in the last few weeks was that they're number 5 safest in all of Washington. So yeah, it's pretty good, clean location for families. And we're bordering Idaho, right? So we're only from the lake boat launch. You're only 2.1 miles from the crow flies to Idaho.
We say as the eagle flies, Scott, not as the crow flies.
That's true. Okay,
That's
so
how we do it.
as the eagle flies majestically into the beautiful Idaho.
I actually love this community. If you're going to end up on the Washington side, this would be one of my first choices because it's so clean. There are really no homeless people here, which seems odd for Washington, but we'll take it. And it's super golf cart friendly. So you could be out here cruising these streets on a golf cart. Nobody's going to bat an eye at it. It's totally legal. If you're on streets that the speed limit is 25 or below, you're totally fine. The kids here in town will ride golf carts everywhere, go get ice cream, go to the grocery store, go to the park, go to the beach. That is all totally allowed and encouraged.
And the reason Seth knows a lot about this community is one thing that a lot of people don't know is he's actually a resident of Liberty Lake. So all this data is just very factual coming from Seth.
Okay. So I have to make an admission. We are building our house in Coeur Lane, and we are currently renting in Washington. I know, I talk a lot of smack about Washington, and I would not have lived in any other part of Washington except Liberty Lake. We are temporary residents, and we will be back in Idaho shortly, and I do miss it, but it made sense for us on where my kids go to school, all of those things, that we ended up in Liberty Lake while we were building our house. So we are renting here, so I do have some personal knowledge on what it is like to live in Liberty Lake.
So one thing about population-wise and stuff like that, right now their population is 13,188 as of 2023. As of 2025, it's about 13,192 because Seth's family. So one thing, Liberty Lake, the size, it's 6.247 miles squared. So comparing to Coeur d'Alene, which is 16.39 square miles. So it's about almost a third of the size of Coeur d'Alene. A lot of it's areas like this, but there's a lot of commercial too. You've got Huntwood Cabinets, you've got Brett's Marine and RV centers, you got R&R RV centers. There's a lot of commercial within this nice residential. All right, guys, we are at Rocky Hill in Liberty Lake. The reason they call it Rocky Hill is because it's a hill of rocks over there. But if you look to our right, we got this community garden. It is for residents only, so let's talk to a local resident and see if they have a plot for rent.
Get out of here. This might be a shocker for Washington, but I want, Sebastian's gonna pan out in this field and tell me what you don't see out here. You don't see any tents, right? This is not a campground. This is a public park, and we are in Washington. We're not far from Spokane, and Spokane would be full of tents. But here in Liberty Lake, it is very clean, super nice. We don't have any graffiti, no homeless. I'm sure we get a little bit of spillover crime from Spokane, and that's pretty normal. Coeur d'Alene deals with the same things, but overall crime is pretty low here, and it's apparent when you drive around town and you see kids out riding bikes, riding scooters all over the place out here, riding golf carts, having a good time, living life, being kids, and not having to worry about dealing with the crime issues that you might find a little bit farther west in Washington.
As we approach this 37-foot elevation gain in Rocky Hill, there's some oxygen tanks at the top for us, so may need it.
Here, I talk smack about this hill, but that 30 feet made a big difference. Lake is over that way. We'll get over there in a little bit so you guys can check that out. Freeway is that way. And just for reference, Spokane's over that way. What, 15 minutes?
Yeah, 15 minutes.
15 minutes to Spokane. And the airport's probably 20 minutes, 25 maybe. And we're about 20 minutes to Coeur d'Alene if you head east. Cool spot.
The one thing with this kind of view is on 4th of July, they have the Liberty Lake Fest, and it's 3rd of July and 4th of July. And they have a boat cruise the 3rd at night. It starts at like 5:30 p.m. And then the 4th, you have like a golf cart, bicycle cruise in the morning. And then you've got the fireworks shows. So there's 2 fireworks shows, one at the baseball field and the other one is over the lake. It's called the Community Lake.
I was out here on the 4th of July last year and I got to see the fireworks over the lake. They were legit, so
yeah, no,
very nice. If you live here, a lot of these neighborhoods, we'll take you over to where that is, but they have community HOA beachfront access if you're close enough to the lake. And that's the spot, man. You know, throw some lawn chairs out there, you can barbecue, and the fireworks are literally right over your head. So pretty cool spot. That's definitely a huge amenity if you end up over here and you get in the right neighborhood that has one of those beach access HOAs. They're pretty dang cool. Hey, we're here at Pavilion Park. And we're staying back a little bit, honestly, to be respectful of the families that are here utilizing the park, because we don't want to be in their face and catch them on film. But this is a great little park. It's got a skate park, tennis, pickleball.
A water park for the kids.
Yes, and basketball, bathrooms, super clean. Once again, there's no homeless people running around here, no gang activity. So it's a great place to bring the family for sure.
Yeah, and what's really nice about this park is it features movies in the park. So about every weekend in the summer, we've got movies in the park. So August 23rd is gonna be Inside Out 2 right in the park, and STCU and the Kiwanis usually put that on, and there's a little concession stand. You can buy snacks and support them and everything. But
that's
super
perfect,
yeah.
man. Just bomb the golf cart down here with the family and jump in for a movie in the park. I love that.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about gyms and the opportunity to get a workout in. You can tell by Seth, he's been working out a while. I started 2 weeks ago because I'm built for winter all year. But yeah, you got the Liberty Lake Athletic Club. It's actually where my kids learn how to swim. But little teaser, there's no more pool there due to cleanliness issues and upkeep on the pool. They actually removed the pool. So if parents want to get their kid swim lessons, unfortunately you can't go there anymore. But they've got a really cool gym at Liberty Lake Athletic Club, with the sauna, with the steam room, full weight room. Plus you got Black Goat Fitness in town, Mode. Seth can touch on that since he's kind of...
Yeah, so I've got some connections with Mode. That's a great facility here in Liberty Lake. It's below Liberty Launch Academy, which is a great private school option here. And Mode has a CrossFit gym. They're putting in a sauna, cold plunge. There's yoga, there's bar, there's hot yoga. They've got a primary care physician in there, physical therapy, all of these things. The idea is to build this kind of community where you can live and work and play and recreate all in one place.
Prosper.
Which is pretty cool, yeah. And then I've been working out actually over at Liberty Lake Athletic Club, and it's a decent gym. That area where the pool was, they're turning it into kind of a functional fitness training area, which I think will be a good asset because the gym was lacking a space like that. But the point being, there's just a ton to do here. Obviously, summertime is super easy, but you know, in the wintertime, you've got a lot of indoor options as well. I should mention that Mode they're putting a huge new facility there. It's going to be the largest indoor sports center. I don't know if in Washington, but for sure Eastern Washington. And that'll be volleyball courts, rugby, wrestling, all of the things. The owner of Mode, Luke Coeur, is very passionate about his sport. So he's putting that there on the facility, and that will be breaking ground here this fall. So there's going to be a lot. You've also got the Hub, which is in Liberty Lake.
That's Sports Center. Yep.
That's a big one. That's big for volleyball. What, basketball? I don't know if you soccer there.
I think they got pickleball, but I don't believe there's soccer. It's just basketball.
Okay,
volleyball.
But so you've got a lot of options here to recreate, and in the wintertime, which is kind of nice.
If you guys are like me and you like cooking with fresh foods and stuff like that, as you know I do, Liberty Lake also has every Saturday a farmer's market in Town Square Park. So it goes from May 17th this year till October 11th. So if you like that style of fresh food, you know, cool things to see, go check them out. So one thing really cool, Seth, is you got Trailhead Golf Course right now. It is a 9-hole golf course, but you can do 18 by just doing it in reverse. But right next to us on Liberty Lake Parkway Road or Liberty Lake Road, you've got this walking path, and my wife actually walked it the other day with my kids, and she was really liking it because it's off the road. So you got this median, and then you got all this green space. So you can't even see the road and most of the trail. But you get an idea of how safe it is and kind of how well thought out that plan was.
Cool. I'm gonna have to walk that. I walk a lot around this area.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I like that. Check that out.
You know, some people like the idea of living in a more of a conservative area.
Yep.
And this is like the conservative style of Washington.
Yep. That's why it's so freaking clean.
Mm-hmm. All right, we're right now at one of the 2 public boat launches. This one's on the north side of the lake. The other one is located in the regional center on the south side of the lake. But so a couple of fun facts about Liberty Lake. Average depth is 25 feet. Max depth is 30 feet. Right now, the current water temperature is between 68 and 70 degrees. But super cool area to get out your paddle boards, kayaks. There's a lot of areas on the lake that you can rent paddle boards and rent kayaks from, and even rent boats from. So if you live in the area, or if you're visiting the area, it's a super nice lake to come check out. So it's 704 total acres. I think it's like 4,100 feet of a coastline or shoreline. So yeah, down there to the south is kind of Liberty Lake city limits area. So a lot of Liberty Lake city limits are in the mountains, actually.
It's kind of cool because, like I said, a lot of these neighborhoods have HOA beaches. So when you live in that specific area or in that street, cul-de-sac, whatever it is, you get access to that beach. We couldn't get onto any of them right now. There's a bunch of people over there anyway. We didn't want to bother them, but it's a beautiful beachfront. Usually have docks, storage for paddle boards or kayaks. The one that we go to has a fire pit area, volleyball. So it's like
had grills too.
Yeah, grills. You can recreate there and enjoy the time with your family. So it's a really, really cool thing to find a home that has that access for sure. And the water's pretty choppy right now. Normally, honestly, it's pretty smooth out here, but it is a great lake for boating. I mean, obviously it's not huge. You're not going to be cruising around for hours, but you can surf out here. You can wakeboard, slalom, tube. You can do all of that here for sure. But, you know, obviously it's not nearly as big as Coeur d'Alene or Pond Ray or anything like that.
So one thing when doing some research about Liberty Lake, about home prices and real estate and stuff like that, because we do like to incorporate a little bit of what we do in these videos. Median sales price in the entire city is $549,000. That is up 0.5% from last year. So it's got some good growth going on. Plus with all the local builders we're going to touch on in another video, new home construction's way up too. So if you want to be on the lake, that's going to run you between 1.1 and kind of sky's the limit with that one, and depending on quality of build, length of build, you know, how much beachfront access you got. If you want to be secondary waterfront, you're in that 700 to 1.2 price. We're going to pass by on the way to the regional center right now, and we're going to pass by a lot of larger acreage spots that are in that $2 million range on the water. So
it seems like there's a pretty good mixture of living styles here: single family, acreage, waterfront, townhomes, apartments. You can find pretty much anything you're looking for here. It's interesting to look at the prices you just mentioned, because waterfront is definitely cheaper than, say, the Idaho side, but in the neighborhoods here, like that's fairly comparable to the median home price over, you know, Coeur d'Alene, Post Falls right now. Typically, we expect Washington is a little bit cheaper normally. Like if you look at Spokane Valley, right?
Yeah, Spokane Valley.
So, you know, you're paying, I'd say, a little bit more than normally in Washington, but you're also getting a place that is super clean. You know, no homeless people, tons of activities. While we're driving around, I've been noticing today that there are people out recreating all over the place, jogging, you know, walking the baby in the stroller, scooters, bikes, golf carts.
A lot of kids, because school
kids
just
everywhere.
got out.
Yeah, and like that's cool. So I mean, if that's kind of a community that you're looking for, and you're looking on the Washington side, I think Liberty Lakes fits the bill for a lot of reasons.
Like, okay, what's the biggest differences in Washington and Idaho? There's a lot, but we'll just touch on a few, like income tax, 0% in Washington, right? You do have a higher sales tax, it's 9% in Liberty Lake versus 6% in Idaho border. One thing a lot of Washington people like to do is get fuel in Idaho because it is cheaper. I mean, this morning I was on Gas Buddy app, and what is it? Average price per gallon for gas is $3.19 in Idaho. It's $3.99 here, so 80 cents.
So that's worth driving 5 minutes.
5 minutes
to the state line.
Yeah, exactly.
And getting your gas over there.
Exactly.
For sure.
If you drive a real truck, if diesel is your concern, $4.99 a gallon versus $3.15 or $3.55 a gallon. Wow. So yeah, huge diesel price change. So a lot of the people that, you know, even recreate, there's a lot of RV parks there's 2 of them in Liberty Lake, so not a lot, but there's 2. So you'll get a lot of RVs getting fuel at the Maverick in Idaho, because they do have an RV, like semi-truck area for high flow diesel or DEF or something like that. So super, super convenient. Like Seth said, 5 minutes away. It's one exit away on 90 right here. So there's your 1.6 to 2 million, you know, price point area, because you got a community, a gated area.
I'm guessing they have their own private beach down there.
Yeah, it's pretty nice, with private docks and everything.
That's cool. We are at the south end of Liberty Lake at the Liberty Lake Regional Park. This place is really cool. What a great thing to have for families. There's a beach. You can see in the distance, Liberty Lake's right there. You've got picnic areas, hiking, playground.
The OHV trails up there. So
and equestrian, there's an equestrian.
Yeah, equestrian. You got McKenzie Viewing Center, Visiting Center over there. So yeah, right behind us is the boat launch and recreational beach. So you can launch your kayaks, your paddle boards, your canoes here. Entrance is $10, but you can get a annual pass for $60. So if you come here more than 6 times, it's obviously worth it. And it's super clean, super family friendly. There's a jungle gym here for the kids. You were talking about doing a walk with your family.
There's a great hiking trail as you continue that way. There's a camping ground too there. I remember you walk through the camping ground when you go on the hiking trail. And the hiking trail goes up to a cedar grove, which is probably a 4-mile round trip, which is totally beautiful and worth doing. It kind of winds along some creeks, which is really pretty. And then there's a longer trail that goes to the top of the mountain, and there's a waterfall up there. I've done that with my kids in their school. And I want to say that was a 10-mile round trip, but well worth doing. There's a bit of elevation gain there too. You know, if you're not as mobile, the Cedar Grove is pretty accessible. The rest of it gets fairly steep, but also seen mountain biking out here, so you can mountain bike these trails as well. It's just kind of a nice feature. It just kind of highlights how accessible to nature you can get in Liberty Lake and enjoy the amenities here. So another great benefit of the area.
So even though we are at the south side of Liberty Lake and there's no golf courses near us, a huge thing about Liberty Lake is the golf course community. Obviously, you saw us earlier, we're riding the golf cart because it's a golf cart community, but they have 3 golf courses. Trailhead, which is a 9-hole. I believe we passed on Liberty Lake Road. You can do the 18. It's a par 66 if you do all 18. It's a par 33 if you do just the 9. Wonderful cider house and restaurant in there. We'll probably go there at a later video. You have Liberty Lake Regional Golf Course, and then you've got Meadowood Golf Course. Both of those are pro level championship style 71 and 72 par courses that we're gonna show you guys some footage of. Super nice golf course community, and in a town this small of, what did we say, 6.2 square miles, you have 3 really nice golf courses. So it's kind of nice.
It like also adds to the visual appeal of the town. I think,
how
right?
green
Golf
it
courses
is.
are beautiful.
Yeah,
And it's green.
absolutely.
You've got biking trails, golf cart trails, and then all of this greenery combined with the parks and this beautiful park. Yeah, honestly, this town feels very much like it should be in Idaho.
Yeah,
It's
weird.
on the Washington side. So if Washington appeals to you, it's a good option.
Well, I appreciate you guys following us along to this video of Liberty Lake and all of it offers and all the beauty around here in Eastern Washington. So,
yep. Thank you, Scott, for bringing us on this tour. We do all of our content for the most part on the Idaho side, but we felt like we needed to start touching on the Washington side because people have that question all the time. Where should I move? And sometimes for whatever reason, your political alignment, however you like to live your life, Washington makes more sense than Idaho. So we wanted to have you guys covered there. Scott is our designated agent in Washington. So I'm thankful to have him and his knowledge of contracts. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you have ideas on more content on the Washington side or the Idaho side, drop us a comment, shoot us an email, whatever.
Absolutely.
Let's get that going. And remember, if you guys are looking to move right now or 12 months from now, give us a call, text, or email. We would love to help you make that smooth move to North Idaho or Eastern Washington.